Hello and welcome back to Second Take Movies, a podcast where we give movies a second look, second chance, second take, if you will. I'm your host, Preston Jenkinson, and joining me, as always, is my co-host, Jake Twido.
Yeah, this movie, I'm done.
It's long.
Done. Honestly, that's the problem.
Yeah.
Guaranteed that's the problem. It's just the length of... I mean, there's so much good stuff, but it's an investment that I'm not willing to make. I watched this a while back. Told you right before we started. I started rewatching it, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't rewatch even the second half of this. I don't care. I'm gonna forget stuff. I don't care. I can't do it.
I tried to watch it all in one sitting, and I couldn't.
I did originally.
Yeah.
Which, yeah. Well,
this is our finale of Zack Snyder's Justice League and Zack Snyder movies probably for a long time on this podcast.
Still a fan of Zack Snyder. I'm going to say that straight.
Yeah.
As far as bash him, no. Hey, guy's got a picture in mind. He does what he thinks. Like I said last time, he is whatever looks the coolest in this scene we're going to do.
Yeah. And he's a substitute. Well, no.
If it looks good, it's great.
It's gonna surpass the story. Like story is second.
Yeah. God, I have so many problems.
Yeah. There's no synopsis this week or reviews because we did that last week. So we're jumping right back into it. Our heroes just survived a flood. Steppenwolf is back in the silo with the red dome because he's got another. Did he get another mother box? Yeah, he got a mother box from the Atlanteans.
He got another mother box there because Victor Cyborg Boy. No, hasn't gotten it yet. Sorry, no,
hadn't got the one from the humans yet.
He goes back to recoup himself because the Justice League beat him a little bit.
Yeah,
so he's trying to figure out his next steps.
He's got the mother boxes from the Atlanteans and the Amazons.
Yeah. And at this point in time, Aquaman's in the mix now.
Yeah.
Which like he shows up in the daggone sewers and then just randomly pops up later like, oh yeah, I'm here now.
Isn't that the ugliest suit? Like,
was it the scaled thing?
Yeah, like all of the Atlantean stuff looks terrible compared to what they did in the movie.
Yeah,
in the Aquaman movie.
I get it. Like, I don't know, the re-release of this, I thought maybe they'd redo it because all that stuff's CGI. But I guess $150 million on a reshoot wasn't enough to fix that. So,
and then Amber Heard's got a British accent for some reason. I forgot about that.
My favorite. Johnny Depp watch 2023. Amber Heard still a turd pooping in your bed.
Well, I saw on her Instagram that she has agreed to pay the settlement. So,
watch some highlights of that recently. That girl can just eat it.
Yeah, she's the worst.
Yeah, but nope. Filter's gonna work. Gonna be quiet. That's the end of our Johnny Depp watch 2023. Yeah, and I also forgot she's in this, but. It's so crazy. The Joss Whedon version, she has a different accent.
She has like just a regular normal accent, and she has
Snyder
a normal accent in the Aquaman movie. Yeah,
actual Aquaman, different from the other. Like, what a mess.
Yeah, she doesn't know what she wants to do, or she probably chose a British accent when they first started making this movie, and then somebody along
sue somebody if she did a fake accent or something. I don't.
And then
I don't know the joke there, but it's something like that.
I think someone along the way was like, maybe don't do that accent.
Yeah, well, you know what? For a while, I was like, is she actually British?
No.
Originally, when I watched this, not this one, but...
Now she's from Austin, Texas.
Yeah, but a bunch of hipsters, whatever. Yeah.
But anyway.
Eat your tacos and shut up.
We regroup back in the Batcave with Alfred and the Justice League. Or some of them. I think. No. Where did they come up with the plan? No, they're at the warehouse. That's where they're at. They're back at Batman's warehouse where his little flying thing is.
Yep.
because we're devising a plan to wake up Superman because Cyborg has the box that humans found. He put that in a grave and he brings it to the Justice League. He like dug up his mom, I think, and put that box in the grave with her, and then goes and
mother box. No, he doesn't know. He's had it. His dad's had it the whole time.
Yeah, but at one point in the movie,
yeah,
he digs up. I'm assuming it's his mom's grave and puts it in there.
Yeah,
which is weird.
There is so many I think Zack Snyder was like, Cyborg's the heart and soul.
Oh, that's so fucking cool. Like, that's so like, oh, like mentally that would mess with you, and that's like, oh, that's so like, oh,
I gotta dig up my mom's. Joke's on you. He's a robot. He doesn't have.
It's
feelings.
It's like so freaking emotional, and like it's just gonna look so freaking cool.
We're gonna shoot it in black and white in slow motion. It's gonna be very meaningful. I don't know how Zack Snyder talks. That's just how I assume. But
he kind of sounds like this, honestly.
Oh, he's Jewish. Wait, is Zack Snyder Jewish?
I don't think so.
Okay, you keep talking. I got a mission.
Okay, so
I don't know why that matters. Anyways, yeah,
Justice League eventually decides, hey, we gotta wake up Superman, and we're gonna use this mother box. How they think they can use the mother box to wake him up, I don't know. But it doesn't matter because we got to wake up Superman.
Dude, I think they do the scene where they go dig him out of the grave.
Yeah.
That is the weirdest team bonding in a movie. Like, it's stereotype. Like, the team's got to do something together. They're going to talk and they're going to love each other.
Yeah. And it's Cyborg and the Flash. Like, the Flash tries to fist bump Cyborg at one point while they're trying to dig up Superman. It's like,
maybe uncomfortable because of Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
Which, watching the Flash trailer is dope. It is awesome.
I can see why they didn't want to cancel that movie.
I get it. It looks fantastic.
Michael Shannon back as General Zod.
That threw me a loop, dude. I saw it and went, no freaking way.
It's like, first of all, how'd you do that? Like,
money.
I didn't think he wanted to do those movies anymore.
Cash means everything.
But Michael Keaton, everybody knew Michael Keaton was in the movie.
Yeah, but the big hot topic is Christian Bale. I'm gonna tell you, no,
he's not a paycheck guy. I don't think.
No, Christian Bale's not. The other one was Val Kilmer might be in it.
Nah,
but I don't.
In his condition, he's not going to do it.
It'd be it's like Top Gun. No, Top Gun. Yeah, but I don't like a Val Kilmer CGI thing.
Yeah, like I think he did Top Gun as a favor to Tom Cruise, and I don't think he owes Warner Brothers a favor.
Also, him and Top Gun, money. That was awesome.
Yeah,
sucked, but
they had to recreate his voice with like some kind of technology. I
have a friend that helped make that technology.
Wow.
That friend is the most insane, idiotic human being I've ever met, and I would not be surprised if he's murdered people. Like, there are some IT people that don't leave their basement.
Yeah.
That guy chews through like hex code or I don't know. Like when he talks, it's just like F F O X C. Like, what are you doing? X isn't
talking about.
But whatever, you get the point.
Yeah. So
they dig up the body.
Yeah.
This wasn't the original. Like, I'm trying to make sure I figure out.
Okay.
What was the original Zack Snyder vision? What was the Whedon crap?
Well, I mean, it kind of goes pretty much the same way, except in this version, Cyborg like hacks the facility and sets off an alarm.
Yeah.
In the theatrical release, we'll call it, they just walk in.
How do they wake Superman up? They dig him up. Then they have to go break into the compound where his dad.
Well,
works,
they
right?
broke in. Yeah, that's where they went. Yeah,
Okay. And that's where his dad lasers himself to death because.
Yeah, but he doesn't do that in the theatrical version.
That's what I thought. That's where I was like, does his dad just disappear?
Yeah, his dad is still alive at the end of that movie.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you too, like, this is where I got really skeptical. I'm like, all right, this just seems like stupid decisions for nothing. Like,
yeah, well, it's
I'm gonna laser myself.
It's Batman's obsession to get Superman back on the team. Like he's,
you know why, right?
Obsessed. Why?
You know, you can look at me and not the. Oh, please. I gotta not. Yeah, you know, if this makes it, if you're listening, pretty much Ben Affleck just loves Superman too much.
Yeah, a little bit too much.
But
they realize they need an electric charge to when the thing hits for somehow they need a timeout when the thing hits the fluid. It needs an electrical charge. I don't know who realizes that. Well, it's Cyborg when he plugs into that thing.
Yeah,
because he can make a little thing and plug into the Kryptonian technology.
Which I'm gonna go ahead and call lazy on this movie. They used the Flash in this movie twice for the same gimmick.
Well, it was to set up the finale. I mean, that's why they used him in this sequence. It was to set up that idea that when he runs really fast, something goes squirrely with time. Because he even mentions that, which is different from the theatrical version and a lot better.
I knocked this movie for being so long. This movie is way, 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 way better than the theatrical. I mean, like, it is hands down better.
I was talking to a friend of mine last week when I mentioned that we were talking about this movie, and he's like, and I would just bring up like some of the bad things, and he just kept saying, well, it's still better.
Yeah, like, this movie is gobbledygook. It is just like vomit. But it's vomit where you can tell what you ate.
Yeah.
Like, there are chunks of meat and corn. It's not just...
That's a disgusting but accurate analogy.
This is awful. Anyways, so they go into Zod's ship.
Yeah.
And I go, you know, charge him up. Superman wakes up. Superman starts wanting to murder everybody.
He's ruining everybody, wrecking the shop. Which is, it's hilarious that all the other Justice League make it outside and Batman is still back at the ship.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I rewatched this today, this scene, because I was trying to figure it out. I know the theatrical's different, but like Lois Lane just appears, calm him down. I said, oh, did Batman go get her? Awesome. No, she just appears. Then he just appears.
Well, she was already at the memorial because they set up
her routine of the coffee and donuts and
which
touching some stone
makes sense.
But so
because in the
man.
theatrical, like Alfred drops her off in a car. In this one,
she has a routine.
She actually has a reason for being there. And we get a payoff for those little gauntlets that Alfred was working on too for Batman.
Yep. This movie makes, I mean, I've already said it, you know it. I don't like Superman. This movie makes Superman the dumbest character. All the Superman stuff is the dumbest, period. The like, we're going to revive your memory by going to Smallville. You'll get it back. Anything Superman, this is just stupid. And I know they're trying to set up Dark Superman. So, it kind of works, but... Yeah.
That suit's pretty cool, though. That black suit.
Yeah, and I do like the comic relevance of, like, it's his regen.
Yeah, honestly, it's explained a lot better in the comics. It's a black suit, and it's like a regeneration thing, and it absorbs sunlight better than his original suit. And Zack Snyder explained that after this movie, but it's like, that's not explained in the movie, my guy. It's just like, you just put him in a black suit.
You just made him look like a villain by burning him in black.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool nod to the comics. Like, oh, Superman comes back to life, puts on a black suit.
When he walks through his ship, when he comes back and sees all the different suits, dude, that was a cool scene. I was like, this is great.
Like it cuts back and forth between Russell Crowe and Kevin Costner
Yep.
and their speeches.
Holy cow! Forgot about Russell Crowe. Yeah,
Yeah. Dude, Man of Steel is
it's good.
such a good movie.
I hate Superman. I love that movie.
Yeah, Superman is not my favorite character at all, but that is a good movie. And I hate that Henry Cavill's not. I mean, his bank account is fine, but I hate that he's not Superman anymore.
He had more life in him, I think, with that role.
Yeah.
But maybe he'll come back. Like I know the idea is to do a younger. Maybe he'll be the older. I don't know.
Yeah, which I think the Flash probably won't set up the new Superman. They might try to, and if they have kept the casting under wraps, they might introduce the DCU Batman, the new Batman.
The rumor I've heard, I don't have any friends at DC
in the Flash.
Like Marvel, I've got friends that like no, I mean, like we've talked before, I was contracted for a long time from Disney. DC, I got no one, but I'm not under contract to talk about anything. I'm not under contract with anything anymore, but the rumor I heard is there were more reshoots recently with the Flash that weren't reported when James Gunn took stuff over.
Well, yeah, because this is the only movie that has announced its release. Like that's a DCEU movie that he tweeted about and said, "I'm so excited for y'all to see this movie." So I think he put some stuff in there.
Yeah, pimp stuff out, man. Set yourself up to transition. Like, if not, this is a cash movie. It's a waste. It's just gonna, release, go, die, burn. But
I think he's using this to set up stuff, and I think it would be awesome. That would be the way they announce the casting of the new Batman.
I just want
at
the end to show up and
Flash.
shoot the Flash in the head. But that's the rumor.
Of course,
but it's going to be a rumor. It's not going to happen. But yeah. So, anyways, Superman goes back to Smallville. He kind of gets his memory back.
Yeah, he remembers Lois Lane and that he asked her to, or was going to ask her to marry him. And
meanwhile, the rest of the Justice League are like, "F him, we're going to Russia, baby!" Woo!
Yeah, it's like, well, I guess we got to just go to fucking Russia and fight Steppenwolf now.
I hope
Superman
real
shows up
hot over there at that nuclear place in Chernobyl. Let's go! I'm like, yeah, it's always hot, dude. Those dogs have 3 heads.
It's not a good place to be.
No.
So Cyborg gets the what do they call? I literally think it's called the Flying Fox. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think that's right. They don't mention it in the comic. I mean, the movie. I think it is the Flying Fox.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's just one of those things after the movie.
I'll go ahead and beat the sin out of this just to be a critical MF
Go
here.
for it.
But how long did it take him to fix this dumb ship? Should take him 2 seconds.
Probably like 15 minutes.
But he works on it. He works on it throughout a chunk of this. And it's like, how did you not just touch it and we're good to go? Like, I don't know.
They've figured out where Steppenwolf is because, okay, we need to go back and talk about, because this is a pretty good scene. After they've revived Superman and he goes back to Kansas, the mother box shoots outside in the parking lot and Steppenwolf booms down because he senses where it's at.
Yep.
And Silas Stone, a.k.a. Miles Dyson from Terminator, ran it back into the lab and, heats it up really hot because it's the hottest thing on Earth, apparently, now, because he shot it with some laser and he killed himself and disintegrated.
Yeah, such a good explanation in this of, I don't know if all this is even in there, but, he warmed it up that hot so you could track it. It's he wasn't trying to destroy it. The guy's not an idiot.
Yeah.
That dude should never go into a daggum laboratory ever again, by the way.
At least he wasn't even an evil scientist in Terminator.
No, he was just a bystander, didn't know.
He was just a guy. He didn't know what he was making. But anyway.
Yeah, that, I will say, and you've said it too, there are parts of the movie that are great. That's one of them. That whole scene, fantastic. The whole lab scene, it's good. It's great. You get to see, Cyborg has legit powers. They're usable. Yeah. You got personable people, I don't know. that from there, well, I won't say to the end of the movie. From there forward, things are like, yeah, you know what? I can watch this. Maybe this should have been the only movie, not the first half, just this.
Yeah.
And like, I really did wish I was like, you know, I understand what Snyder's trying to do. He's trying to introduce all these people. Don't just click straight in and go. You probably know who these people are. Here we go.
But not in the third movie of your universe you're building.
Yeah, that's
like they should have, you know, Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman. Well, no, not even that. Man of Steel, Batman movie, introduce Ben Affleck by himself.
Movie should have been there. Wonder Woman,
yes.
Aquaman, sure, but at least those three: Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman. Do those three.
Yeah, those are like the big three in DC.
Yeah, I mean, like I say that, but like Gal Gadot holds all this together.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
And that's the only thing I'm sad. I know it's kind of weird. We're talking now. I don't think the last time we did this was all the James Gunn stuff released at that point. I can't remember last week.
No.
Yeah, it's like.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Gal Gadot's the only one that I'm like, and Ben Affleck some. Gal Gadot, I'm like, that sucks. Like,
yeah,
that.
I think she's at least producing a Wonder Woman series, but she's not playing Wonder Woman.
She's playing with my heart still.
Which probably means like it's in name only. Like they just were nice to her and said, we'll give you a producing credit. At least Patty Jenkins is done with it because Patty Jenkins wrote that second movie, that second Wonder Woman movie by herself.
She deserves to be blacklisted.
Ooh, that was terrible.
Yeah, that was really bad.
She was supposed to do a Rogue Squadron movie. I don't think that's happening with Star Wars.
The last thing I heard was Favreau's doing that completely.
The Rogue Squadron movie?
Yep.
Huh.
Potentially. And I am down for that crap, son. Like,
I'm down for anything he does.
Yeah, honestly. I'm, Mandalorian's 2 weeks away. I'm pumped. Like, I don't give a crap.
That's my favorite thing in Disney Star Wars is The Mandalorian.
I haven't watched Andor all the way. I need to rewatch it.
Oh my gosh.
And I know I'm going to love it. I was like, I'm not the headspace to watch this. I'm stressed out with work stuff. Like, I can't focus on this. I want to wait.
Yeah.
But Mandalorian, dude, that I think is probably the greatest thing the past 10 years someone's made.
Mm-hmm.
Like a passion project. I don't know. It's good. Unlike this, where they're in Russia now.
This is also a passion project, but it's
it's not as good. Passion project.
Mm-hmm. So we're in Russia.
We're in Russia.
We're about, and and Cyborg figures out, hey, I need to interface with this, the Union, or what do they call it?
Yeah, the Union.
They call it the Union. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they figure out like, hey, I need to get in there, and somebody needs to get me. Like, I can try to separate it, but I need to separate it from the inside because I guess he needs to download something. I don't know how it works.
Ethernet.
All I know, they just figure out like, hey, just Barry, you go around and speed up and get him a good charge outside. Batman's going to take down the tower so the dome comes down. Wonder Woman, Aquaman runs support for that.
That whole fight scene was cool. It was stupid.
It's awesome.
It was stupid like Aquaman stupid, the movie. I just sat and was like, this is fun. I don't care. This is dumb.
Dude, the shot where it's like the Batmobile, Wonder Woman, the Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg.
Yeah.
It's great.
And like I said, I just sat back and was like, I don't care how much I've hated this. I'm going to be dumb. I'm just going to sit here and go, yeah, all right, go.
Because in this version, they took out the red sky and all the other silly stuff. But as soon as Batman grabs a gun, he's fucking murdering some aliens.
Again, yeah, everyone's a murderer in this universe. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I guess they're aliens. Who cares? Whatever.
Batman was like, I finally found something I can kill and not have any remorse or conflicted feelings about because they're aliens.
This is a turret. Yeah, that was fun. Like I was just
He was so excited.
Expected to see this entire time. Like do a whole movie of that. Not
and he's got this armored bat suit that looks so awesome, and he's got goggles on because Zack Snyder loves goggles.
I don't understand his fascination with goggles, man.
He loves them. You know, Night Owl and Watchmen had those goggles. Pretty much the same goggles.
Loves goggles. Quentin Tarantino loves feet. I mean,
yeah.
You know, everyone's got an itch. Goggles are safe. That's weird. Shouldn't have said that, but...
Oh, well. But anyway, they're killing all these aliens because Batman crashes the Fox, flies through the street to get the parademons away from everything. And then they make it in there, and Aquaman and Cyborg and Wonder Woman start having a fight with Steppenwolf.
That's where I checked out some.
Yeah.
To that point, like once they got inside, then it's just big CGI, big time fight.
Because Cyborg tries to initially combine with the thing. Steppenwolf knocks him down.
But then Superman shows up right then, right?
He gets back up to get back on the thing, and then Steppenwolf goes to hit him with the axe. Superman, it's a whole lot better than his entrance in the theatrical version.
No, 100%.
He drops in, hits him on the shoulder. He's like, "That's weak." Turns it into ice, busts the axe. And again, why do you need a Justice League when you have one man?
Well, that's where this kind of went downhill of Superman can just kill him.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need anything else. I understand with the Unity. Yeah, Superman can't stop that, but...
I mean, he can't be everywhere at once, but, like, he can take down the main threat, no problem.
Yeah. And the Flash enters Speed Force?
Oh, not yet.
Not yet?
But not yet.
Okay.
Because, like, while they're all fighting, he's building up a charge. He's just running around this thing outside, and he's building up a charge to run in and push Cyborg into it.
Yeah.
In the middle of that, he gets shot by one of the parademons. And they're like, "Hey, Barry, where you at?" You know? And then he builds up
Sorry.
Stealing from a couple that let me stay at their house for some reason. Punching a girl at a karaoke bar. Yeah.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Kidnapping a 12-year-old I met at a pipeline rally in North Dakota somewhere. Yeah, that's the exact reaction you should have. But we'll move on from how terrible Ezra Miller is.
How did he get his... I can't remember. How did he get his momentum back after getting his leg hurt? I
think he just starts running again. Yeah, he pushes himself through it. Because in the middle of all that fighting, the Unity happens. And then...
the planet starts to blow up. And then that's when he enters the Speed Force.
That's
it. What a dumb name. Sorry. I just remember Speed Force.
Well, I think they all the Flashes in the multiverse named it themselves. So, what else would you call it? I mean,
the Usain Bolt realm. Cheetah Time, Peregrine Falcon Dive. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. That's fine. But
Flash is corny. Yeah,
he reverses time, right? That's the first time. Which, the movie coming up that's going to align with and parallel with, and then the epilogue / dream sequence of Batman versus Superman that lines there as well.
Mm-hmm.
But he reverses it back, and then Wonder Woman kills Steppenwolf there, doesn't she?
Yeah, because Superman, well, they all do, kind of, in a way. Superman lasers his...
wiener.
One of his horns off.
Horns, right.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh my God. Aquaman comes up behind him, stab him with a trident, chucks him back that way. Wonder Woman comes, cuts his head off, and it rolls at this point, Darkseid has shown up in a portal on the other side of the room.
Yeah, because it tossed the head through the portal.
Yeah, then he steps on it.
I just wanted Batman to show up and like have a pouch of sand, throw it in his eyes, and go, ha! Like everyone's doing this crazy, awesome stuff, and there's Batman. Gotcha.
I mean, I don't. Oh,
The dark side vows he's gonna come back to Earth to find that freaking stupid life equation where he should fly out know it's on Earth.
Also, we got to rewind one more time.
Yeah, Steppenwolf gets the vision of the anti-life
Because
equation.
after he gets that second box and combines it with the other one, he has a vision. It shows him a vision, and then in that vision, just like in that battle that Steppenwolf had earlier in the movie, he scrapes the ground, and then like hits it with his little axe. And it shows like, oh, this is where the anti-life equation is. And he tells Steppenwolf, or he tells Darkseid, hey, this is the planet. You know, the one that you can't remember where it was. This is it. You dummy.
Steppenwolf is a cool villain. He's stupid, looks cool, kind of neat, especially in this movie. As soon as he gets to be the like, Darkseid's my cousin, whatever he is, and
it's his nephew.
Nephew?
Just so, in case you were wondering how his relation doesn't make any sense to Darkseid, that's his nephew.
But him like, I have to impress this Darkseid guy. I'm like, all of a sudden, Steppenwolf is lame. Immediately.
Yeah.
Especially at the end, it's like.
I mean, it's at least a motivation. It's a better motivation than he had in the theatrical version, but it's lame.
This movie ends. That's it.
It does.
Right? I mean, like,
well,
straight up ends. That's the epilogue. But like,
then there's a 30-minute epilogue.
Dude, this was a ton of what the budget went to. Was this epilogue?
Well, I tell you what happened. They said that they told Zack Snyder, you can't shoot any new footage for this movie. But you know what he did?
Yeah. He signed that contract and saw the loophole.
Yeah. He got Ben Affleck and Jared Leto to show up to his backyard. And that sequence in the desert, he shot that in his backyard with a green screen.
Well, that really looks like it, FYI.
Yeah, it's the same technique he uses in Army of the Dead where, like, you know, it's something's out of focus and he's, like, really close on the thing and then it comes into focus.
All right, but pause on that because the first epilogue bit, Bruce, Diana, Alfred go back to Wayne Manor where I guess they're going to set up the Justice League.
Yeah, the little chairs and tables and, like, this is where the Justice League is going to be. Yeah.
Which I thought the Justice League thing was in space.
It is. In the comics, it ends up in space.
So then he goes back to Metropolis. Clark Kent died.
Yeah, Clark Kent just goes back to work.
I'm here.
Nobody questions it. Yeah, nobody questions it.
Arthur, Aquaman meets somebody and they set up.
That's
Volko.
I think his name is. Yeah, it's played by Willem Dafoe.
Okay. Yeah.
One of the in a 4-hour movie, you had Willem Dafoe and you criminally underused him.
Oh, let's go back to J.K. Simmons. 2 minutes.
Oh yeah.
But you know what, Preston? So Snyder did his cut of this. Let's be realistic. Aquaman's come out. We don't need this bullcrap of what's Aquaman gonna do next. We already saw that movie.
Yeah.
The Barry Allen setup, that's cool. He's going to talk to his dad and tell him, like, I'm doing something good. Victor fixes that tape machine, which, again,
how?
Took him 9,000 minutes to fix that tape machine. Like, what an idiot.
But, like, that's not even anything technical. That's just magic. Like, so did that mother box give him magical properties too? What does that mean?
It turned him into a daddy box. That's the weirdest thing I've said all day.
But he receives a nice little speech from his dad.
Who cares? He's a robot now.
Yeah.
He eats batteries. Yeah. He's Elon Musk.
His dad's dead now.
Yeah, your dad's dead.
But then we move on to Lex Luthor's out of Arkham.
I've never hated a person more than that Lex Luthor. But Slade
It's like
Wilson.
It's like they overcorrected from Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
With Lex Luthor.
He looks a lot more believable. Of course, he's bald, but I feel terrible because Joe DiMaggio, what is his name? Sofia Vergara's husband.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Dude, he would have been a pretty dang solid Deathstroke.
He would have been awesome Deathstroke.
I kind of hate not seeing it, which you catch that him on the yacht, and you're like, I'm like, yeah, this is rad. But then, he shows up in the next scene that you just told me happened in Snyder's backyard for parts of them.
Oh, yeah. So, I think we need to stick with this moment a little more because it's one of the worst parts of the movie.
Yeah.
It cuts forward to what we assume is what Darkseid did to the Earth.
Which breaks my heart at Batman vs. Superman. I told you, my favorite part of that movie was the dream sequence. Period.
Well, I think I've probably said this like 10 times, but the original plan because there was going to be Justice League Part 1 and Part 2.
Yeah.
Like they were going to be like two big movies. And that second movie was going to take place in this timeline where, it's going to end, Darkseid destroys the Earth. And now we're in this post-apocalyptic world and all these heroes and villains have to work together to save it. And they were going to end up sending Barry. They're going to Bruce Wayne's going to invent the cosmic treadmill and send Barry on it to go back to the past. And it's going to go back to that scene in Batman v Superman where he tells him Lois is the key.
Is that where, I don't know a lot of DC stuff. Is that the point of Flashpoint, or is that completely different?
Yes. And then this Flash movie that's coming out was originally going to be a Flashpoint movie.
Okay.
And the seeds of that are still there. But it was going to be like a Flashpoint movie where Barry has to fix the universe because he did something wrong in Justice League.
Yeah, he got rid of all the heroes.
Yeah. But I would have loved like a DC superhero Mad Max kind of movie.
That'd have been so great. It'd been so different. And Snyder could have done it. That's the sad part.
That's the thing.
That's the guy you should have gotten to do it. Like
Batman's in a trench coat. He's working with just not the Joker. Jared Leto's in this fucking movie.
I
hate Jared Leto.
He's. You know what's crazy? I saw this meme. Jared Leto is older than Nick Offerman.
Yeah, Jared Leto's like 50.
Yeah, which, when you eat babies, that's what happens, I guess.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this was so weird, because Snyder did Suicide Squad, right?
No,
he didn't. So, okay, I get it, but, your character, not your character, but the character created of that Joker is completely different than this Joker, but it's the same guy.
Same guy.
Same stupid laugh, suck my butt.
That's terrible.
I watched clips of Heath Ledger after watching this. And it was like, okay, no one should ever do the Joker. Just, you ever do Batman again? Don't touch the Joker.
Except Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, that was good.
That movie was... Totally that's a dark movie, but that's...
How do you feel about them doing a second one?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm for it, but I'm also like, don't do it. Just don't do it. Let it die. You guys did great.
Well, the first one made $1 billion, so they had to. And it's going to be a musical. The second one's going to be a musical.
Really?
Yeah, it's got Lady Gaga's playing Harley Quinn.
I'm good. I'm not watching it. Lady Gaga's got a penis. Anyway. She's got a wiener, dude. Hermaphrodite? What's the word? I don't know.
Let's not go down that hole.
This whole, it's so weird, man, because that whole dream sequence, the ending one, could be so cool.
Could be so good. Yeah.
And parts of it are, you're seeing these characters, Deathstroke looks rad. That whole, it's Jared Leto that kills it. Everything else is, all right.
Because it's also going into the Injustice storyline where the Joker tricks Superman. I think the Joker tricks Superman into killing Lois Lane while she's pregnant.
Correct.
and then that makes
because Batman or Bruce Wayne had sex with her.
No, it was Superman's kid.
Okay, never mind. Different storyline. No, that was the original plan for Snyder in this movie. Is Bruce Wayne was going to be together with Lois Lane, and then Superman was going to come back, and then realize the two of them were together. That's how he became Superman.
That was the plan. Is like Bruce Wayne was secretly hooking up with Lois Lane while Superman was dead.
Dude, I was sitting here like, why is this in my head? Like, what sicko am I? I'm so happy that I realized that because I was really losing my mind. Like, oh.
In the Justice storyline, which they created a whole storyline to justify a fighting game, basically, Superman kills Lois Lane while she's pregnant, and he snaps and goes and kills all the criminals in the world. He's like, I'm just going to take over the world and kill all these criminals. And Batman disagrees with that, of course.
That scene ends because he wakes up from the dream.
Yeah, because it's all a dream again.
There you get the worst CGI.
Oh, God.
The Martian Manhunter, who was supposed to be the Green Lantern, who was supposed to be Ryan Reynolds.
Who also, for some reason, in that poignant conversation between Lois Lane and Martha Kent.
He faked being Martha.
He faked being Martha. What is the purpose of that? What was the point? You just showed me this.
That's a character I love. DC stuff, Martian Manhunter, he's cool, man. He's a rad guy. I'm in. Again, Snyder, good job. You redid all this. You made this loser.
It makes no sense to have this poignant conversation between two characters that are basically family, and then you give us that fake out that it was Martian Manhunter. What does that accomplish?
But then the worst part is, I'll take that. Thank you. This is for Justice League. Here.
Oh.
The ending of that, they're like, I've been watching you, Bruce. Good job. I want to join your team.
All right.
Dude, F you. No, you could have helped us. Get out of here, dude.
Where were you?
I just love the balls, which Snyder didn't know it when he did this originally. I'm not going to say Disney Marvel at this point. It's not. It's Sony / Ryan Reynolds of, we're going to grab old people. We're going to do whatever. But the balls of Snyder to be like, I want to get Ryan Reynolds in this. It'd be hilarious. It'd be great. Mm-hmm. No.
But I think the actual thing was it was going to be the two that train Hal Jordan in the comics, the little bird guy and the big guy.
I can't come up with fake names fast enough, but
it was Michael Clark Duncan was the voice of him.
He's dead
in that movie. Yeah, I told you that you found that out in that episode we did.
I know, man. It breaks my heart still. The other day, someone said they listened to that episode that I worked with, and they went, "You didn't know he died? Really? Did you fake that?" And I went, "No." I was like, it really broke my heart. I was like, such a nice guy, but.
If we had a video version back then, you could have seen the look on your face. That was like,
Yeah, I wanted to leave, man. Oddly enough, so how do you feel? Justice League, Snyder versus theatrical. You think it's better for sure, right?
I do, yes.
I do too, but there's data.
There's
the theatrical version was a 29% on Rotten Tomato.
Yeah.
Snyder Cut's a 71.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's probably worth the money.
But again, if it takes 4 hours, you could cut an hour out of this movie.
You could if you sped up
and still have
slow-mo to double
a
time
coherent story. No, I'm talking about let's cut, at least trim the singing at you can. I get why you.
Exactly what I was about to say. I was like, hey bud, 2 minutes right there. That's 2 minutes.
But at least use that time to transition into the next scene. You can still have that audio, but let's transition into the next scene and move on. We don't need to sit there and hold on them.
I think at the end of the day, this is a bad movie. It's enjoyable.
It's a bad and good movie.
Yeah. Snyder. It's not Snyder's best movie.
No,
by all means, but I don't know. I'm curious how DC's going to be. It's just kind of funny. Like, this was the end, pretty much.
Yep.
I give this a 4.
I'd give it like a 4.5.
And even
I'll go
saying
5.
that, I'm like, it's a 4. But there are moments that I loved. There are moments that are like, this is so good.
Yeah.
Also, I forget the guy that played Dr. Manhattan's The Flash's dad.
Billy Crudup.
Thank you. Could not pull that out of my butt to save my life.
And because they waited so long to make the Flash movie, he had to turn it down when they first originally announced it because of a scheduling conflict. But that was like 5-6 years ago.
You ever watched Big Fish?
No.
Hold on. I gotta that if you would. That's such a good movie. It's not worth it doing on this podcast, but hold on.
Big Fish?
Big Fish.
I think I can see the poster. It's like it literally says Big Fish on it.
Yeah, it's him. I did not freaking realize that. It's a Tim Burton movie. But it's not normal. It is normal Tim Burton, but it's not. It is the most gut-wrenching. Like, Ewan McGregor is the star.
Okay.
It's such a good movie. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It's based off a book, but it's essentially a guy's dad is really old. Who's this old fart? Sorry. Albert Finney. Albert Finney.
Albert Finney.
Albert, you know what I'm talking about?
The only reason I know that name is from an SNL sketch that Bill Hader did as drunk Peter O'Toole. And he's like, one night, me and Albert Finney were so sensationally drunk, we stole a train.
Got it. Ocean's 12. The girl, the master thief, Gaspar.
Yes.
That's him.
The Frenchman.
In the Bourne series. He's in there everywhere. Not the Frenchman. His dad. Brad Pitt's love interest. Her dad. Hold on. Let me do this.
What?
You mean I put it in the chat of this meeting. I just realized my name's still Butt Time, son. Sorry.
It is.
He was in the original Murder of the Orient Express. That was the first time I saw him. He's in Scrooge.
Okay.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah, dude, if you really want to watch a good movie, Big Fish.
That guy's got a really good voice.
He does.
Yeah.
Big Fish to me is probably Tim Burton's best movie.
Yeah, because in the Bourne series, it's found out that he's the doctor that created the program.
That's him.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd highly recommend it. If you've got free time, you
Big
want to watch.
Fish.
We want to watch something that's like. You want to watch. I don't know how to explain it without giving stuff away. It's good. It's worth the watch. It's not something you're going to be like, I'm locked into this. Also, Cocaine Bear comes out in a couple of days, and I didn't realize
I'm so excited for that.
I am pumped. I am freaking pumped.
Like I'm so ready to see that movie.
New segment. What are you excited to watch? Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear.
What a stupid
Creed
premise.
3.
But magic.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
When does that
John
come out?
Wick 4. June.
Okay.
Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. For not watching superhero movies in theaters this year, I'm seeing a lot of stuff.
I'm watching Ant-Man tomorrow. I'm that and Guardians. Like,
that's the only two I'm watching this year.
Yeah, it's
as much as I want to see The Flash, can't do it.
I don't know if I'm going to see it in theaters.
I'm not.
I don't care enough. It'll be good, but
I'm just like, I know it's going to be really good, but I'm just willing to just find out what happens.
Yeah,
instead of watching it.
I'll watch it on HBO sometime. I don't care.
Yeah, when it comes out on HBO Max, I'll watch it then. But other than that,
I'm gonna go ahead and just take care of both of us here. And I think we could have done an entire podcast of what you watching, what you doing. It's Hogwarts Legacy.
Hogwarts, yeah, that's all we've been doing.
I bought the game. I told people I work with, I was like, yeah, I might try it out. And my intention was like, I'll play 30 minutes of it this weekend. I got a lot of stuff to do. 5 hours later, I looked it up and went, oh god, what have I done? It's good.
When I got back to my house Saturday afternoon, it finally installed, and then I played it for like a good 4 or 5 hours.
It is a Fallout. Probably one of my favorite video game series. It reminds me of Fallout and the like. Take random quests, spiraling. You just have this sense of like, I want to explore. I don't give a crap about this thing. I just want to go around.
I can never get into Fallout.
It's an acquired taste.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite.
I am looking
fully
forward to Starfield. I think is what it's called, that Bethesda's coming out with this year.
Yeah, that's right. I was trying to think of that was right. But yeah, that looks good. Which, if you've never played the Outer Worlds, if you don't like Fallout, you're not going to like that.
Oh, yeah, the Outer Worlds is awesome.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I started that, never finished it. I was like, oh, man, this is fun. And then I moved on to something else.
I got that game and was like, this is just like Fallout. This is great.
Well, it's
later, I finished
it's the original team that made Fallout that don't work for Bethesda anymore.
Yeah. But I'll say this, man. And I think you've experienced the same. As soon as you get that broom, it's done. It's a totally different game. It's fun. You get the broom, and it's like, oh, shoot, I can do anything now.
I've got a pre-ordered hippogriff that I would like to use, but I'm assuming that's going to be a mission later on in the game where they teach me how to ride a hippogriff.
I sold mine.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding. I made that up. I'm sorry.
I don't think you can. I think the only thing you can sell is gear. So...
the only thing I'll say negative, and I'm dumb, like Logan was like, yeah, you idiot, it's called Hogwarts Legacy. I thought it was going to be an open world Harry Potter world, not you're a student. I didn't know anything about this game, Preston. I bought it and went, all right, this is going to be good.
The title is Hogwarts.
I know, I'm stupid. But it was like...
You're a student in the 1800s. Like, they wanted to get away from, like, anything around the Harry Potter timeline, really.
Yeah, they got a professor named Weasley.
Yeah, it's like Ron's great-great-great-grandmother or something.
Never mind. But, yeah, it's good. It is good.
My student's name is Gandalf the Grey.
Yeah, mine's Turd Ferguson. It works great. I just thought, you get an hour in, and then it's like, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
But you watch
once it opens up and trains you how to use everything, and you get to go on side missions, it's like really awesome. Other than Last of Us, no.
Yeah, that last episode was good. That I haven't played the game. I know the story.
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna say anything, but like that show is very emotional. I kind of hate it.
It's so much better than The Walking Dead. Like, all these comparisons I see to Walking Dead, it's 100% better than Walking Dead.
I keep doing that comparison, and I'm like, this is 100 times better. And I know the source content's better. The source content's better, I think.
Yeah.
But Pedro Pascal does no wrong.
Papa Pedro. Well, that is it for this week, and that is the end of our Zack Snyder coverage, thank God.
Thank God.
Next week probably will be my friend Aaron, who was on the Field of Dreams episode.
That was a good episode, by the way.
It was. I think so. He's going to be back next week, and we're going to talk about The Rundown. Sorry,
I'm just thinking that entire movie in my head, and it's like, yeah, this is good.
Starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson when he was still just going by The Rock.
And Sean
William Scott. Christopher Walken. Rosario Dawson. I can't remember who else. A weird Scottish guy. That's all I remember.
Yeah. My brain's dead from work, man. I was going to come up with a fake name. I can't do it, but yeah.
All right. So if you have a suggestion for a movie we should do at some point in the future, you can send that to secondtakemoviespod@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram at secondtakemovies.
Hey, and by the way, just to clarify, you got a comment. I don't do any of this bull crap. I'm a guest. I'm a permanent guest as far as I'm concerned. So just to clarify, if anyone's listening that I've worded off to and said, yeah, I want a podcast. No. Preston does this.
Jake does no other work outside of showing up at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays.
Yeah, and if people say anything else, no,
he literally does nothing else.
I show up and just mutter.
I feel like he should edit at least one episode one day, but
I'll take that on happily sometime.
Yeah.
But for anyone contemplating, you better know.
Yeah.
You better know.
So that's it for this week. We will see you next week with The Rundown.